Bouche MP funds projects in Calibishie. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Services speaks out against abuse of the elderly. And entrepreneurs receive advice to better their chances at success. Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Louis.
And I'm Kimani Saint-Jean. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after the break.
It is time to break the silence. Child abuse is one secret you should not keep. For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Wash your hands. I am Adora Tuse, health educator from the Ministry of Health. Proper hand washing protects against the spread of many common illnesses and germs. Wash your hands often with soap and water, or you may use a hand sanitizer. Remember, clean hands save lives. Protect yourself.
A message from the Health Promotion of the Ministry of Health.
Thanks for staying with us. Residents in Dubic Calibishie have been able to accomplish 3 projects with the help of their parliamentary representative, Rosalind Paul. $25,000 was made available to allow the Dubic Calibishie Road to be completed, as well as lights for the sporting facility and the construction of drains in the area. Honorable Rosalind Paul says the money was well spent.
Resources were made available to the Calibishie Village Council to complete this road project, and they have done so, as you can see. So it's a very valuable road because it gives access to services provided by the Village Council and the Community Resource Center, economic activities, tourism-related economic activities, and for residents. In addition, not only were they able to stretch the resources and to complete this road, but they were able to install some well-needed lights on the multi-purpose court that the young people had been advocating, lobbying for a long time. So they have been able to do that. So again, the young people, especially in the field of sports, as well as the wider community, will be benefiting from that contribution. There was also an issue, a long outstanding issue regarding a drainage area leading to some residential homes, and that was taken care of through the contributions made by the government of Dominica to undertake these small projects.
One of the residents says the upgrade is appreciated.
You would have the water, whenever it rains, the water would just run down, and next day you have everything to clean up. But since the road came in, then you find it's more motorable. Everybody go about their business, things flowing nicely. So it's very important. Thanks to government for initiating that project. So we are grateful.
Contractor on the project, Matthew Joseph, says the road has been a long, outstanding project that is finally complete.
This is a project we started several years ago on community service. We in the area would organize when it have community service, and it was concrete, and we would get the material from local government, and then we did it voluntarily. So when they said that government get a little money and they gave it to the council, we decided, well, they decided to give me to do it as somebody that would have been striving all the time to ensure that the road is done. So the agreement was made with me to really get the same fellas we use on community service to really do it in the area.
The road took 3 weeks to complete and employed 9 persons.
Meantime, the basketball hard court in Paix Bouche is receiving an upgrade thanks to the Honorable Parliamentary Representative. The Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Paix Bouche constituency, Rosalind Paul, says the upgrade is deeply appreciated by basketball enthusiasts in the community.
You would notice that there's a wall, sort of retaining wall, but which will be transformed to accommodate some seats as well. Dual purpose for the water that would come down the side of the hill to control and prevent it from affecting the court, and also to put on some seats and fencing of the hard court. Also expected shortly is to do some work to resurface the court itself and paint. As you know, basketball is an in thing for Paix Bouche people. We have held the championships. We always have young men in national basketball, and we always do well in our basketball league, National Basketball League. So that's a project very dear to the heart of the young people in Paix Bouche.
Honorable Paul says this is all part of a vision to transform communities.
If you have to really transform lives, you have to start with the community. And you would also notice that I'm not doing it alone, but doing it in collaboration with the local authorities and community-based organizations like the farmers, the fishermen, as I said, the village council, the tourism committees. Because I believe if all of these organizations can work together, you can create synergy, you can develop that human capacity and social capital to move the communities forward.
Close to $50,000 is being spent on the project. And Kerdisha, we see here, even from the beginning of this year, government has been spending or giving a lot to village councils, even new village councils that have been established, well, not established, but inaugurated. They have received funds to undertake projects in their communities.
That's right. The government has given almost over, actually, $1.1 million just in the first half of this year, because we're in the first half of the year. And that says a lot. It says that the new village councils that have just been inaugurated, as you said, have the funds to pursue, the rehabilitation of roads or beautification and all these things that they have in mind. So, it gives them the initiative to even go further and do more because they have the funds to do these projects with.
Yes, and I also believe that it gives them a certain amount of autonomy, and also ownership when they can employ the contractors in the communities to do the work themselves. So they'll take pride in doing the projects that belong to them. So I think it's an excellent thing.
That's right. And as you said about employment, a lot of the money that is given to the community stays within the community, and that says a lot because you don't have to outsource to other villages or foreign contractors to do the work. It stays right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Services, Sylvani Burton, is concerned about the abuse of the elderly in Dominica. Her concern reflects that of the Dominica Council on Aging, who has so far this year advocated strongly for this cause. Speaking last week at the inauguration ceremony of yet another Care for the Elderly group in the Kalinago territory, Burton says proper care of senior citizens is of paramount importance as they have contributed immensely to Dominica's development. P.S. Burton says although there may be challenges in caring for the elderly, demonstrating respect and understanding their vulnerability is the key to success.
They should not be called degrading names. We should never steal from them, for stealing is against the law of God. If they agree after you have made a request to borrow something, please return it. It does not belong to you. Do not threaten or intimidate them. Do not reproach them after caring for them. Do not use their names or their situations for your own gainful purpose. At no time should we take advantage of them or feel that they have no worth. You may not agree with their opinion, but please respect it.
She says her ministry is currently in the process of putting things in place to prevent those who need care from being abused.
The Ministry of Social Services, Family and Gender Affairs is in the process of putting together some guidelines and standards for discussion and subsequent approval for the establishment and regularization of homes for caring for the elderly. It is sometimes a very sad story to listen to what transpires at some of these homes.
Burton congratulated and thanked the Dominica Council on Aging for their continued efforts in advocating on behalf of the elderly in Dominica. You're watching National Focus. Still to come, the Honorable Minister for Trade gives a sound advice to small business owners. Stay with us.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
In more news, business entrepreneurs are getting vital information for making their businesses successful. The Honorable Minister for Trade, Ian Douglas, had some timely words of advice to a group of participants at a small business training workshop on Monday. He says the first step to success is to understand the market.
It doesn't make sense trying to sell a commodity and you don't know who your clientele is. You don't know where to set the business up. You don't know who to attract into your business. You might have overpriced your commodity. A lot of persons around the world, not only in Dominica, in the Caribbean, do that, especially in the agricultural sector. They do not cost their labor properly. They do not cost their time properly. And so, at the end of the day, the cost of the commodity is sometimes overpriced. And then you cannot compete in the regional market or even in the national market.
He says marketing is also vital to the success of a business.
If you're in the bush somewhere where nobody can see you and you feel okay because maybe you're producing an agricultural product, you decide to sell your product, but nobody hears about your business, nobody knows about your business, then you will not be successful. You have to be able to establish your business where your customers and your clientele can see your business and they can get to know about your business. So advertising is important.
He says a more critical aspect is giving the business time to establish and to grow.
Nothing worth having comes in a moment. The laws of nature teach us that. A big man of age 70 starts off with an egg and a sperm. A tree that generates fruit 5-6 years down the line starts with a seed. So what makes you feel that you're supposed to start a business tomorrow morning and it becomes big? It takes time. It takes discipline. It takes focus. What is your vision for your business? You start a business today. Where do you want to get to in a month's time? Where do you want to get to in a year's time? How do you want to build your business? You have to have a plan. And that plan must be reduced to paper. Some people have a plan in their head, but they do not understand the logistics. What do I do first? What are the first steps? What are the second steps? Who do I have to go to? Who must I speak to? How must I craft my business? All of those issues must be understood.
The Wesley High School held its 2015 graduation and prize-giving ceremony yesterday, June 30th. 25 young women received their diplomas under the theme, Honoring Our Past, Celebrating the Present, Building Our Future. Featured speaker, Assistant Comptroller in the Large Medium Unit at the Inland Revenue, Cheryl Theophile, advised students to always remember those who assisted them along their journey.
Honoring our past gives us the opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to the ones who guided, supported, and prayed with and for us along the way. Though this journey is not yet complete, at present, you are able to stand strong and are confident that you possess what it takes to succeed. You may have learned an important life principle that hard work always pays off in the end. Therefore, be resolute in your minds with a firm vision. Set goals you are able to achieve with conviction and determination.
She also told the graduates to use what they have learned over the past 5 years to create a successful path for the future.
Being a high school graduate or obtaining a high school education is a very important milestone in the life of any young person in today's world. This experience is one of the keys that will unlock endless possibilities and usher you in the right direction. Therefore, know today that the potential lies within you. Remember the school motto, striving for the best, never give up, Be relentless until you achieve your goal.
Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Marcella Powell. Powell remarked that the graduating class is visible proof that the government takes its duty for creating enabling environments for students very seriously.
Government's wish is that every Dominican student would traverse their academic and social highway in comfort. And in this regard, government has endeavored to provide the best educational climate for you in spite of the limited financial resources available. Government has a responsibility to create the enabling environment, and in that regard, has the responsibility to design and implement practical programs to generate decent employment, reduce poverty among the youth, and economically empower them to play a more meaningful role in the development and upliftment of their communities and the nation at large.
Valedictorian Tassika Joseph had this message to her fellow graduates.
Building our future begins now. We have plans to become lawyers, doctors, or whatever it may be. We need to ensure that we continue to build on the foundation which was set at Wesley High School. Set priorities and always remember to put God first in all that we do.
And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with Creole highlights.
Chaque enfant a droit pour taper protection de monde qui a abusé. Et tout le monde ensemble a responsabilité pour protéger les enfants de monde qui a abusé. Maman, quoi les enfants ont les dit on monde abusé. Et va continuer à piquer ça là arriver devant l'office. On bon maman qui a protégé les enfants. Il pas accepter l'argent et ben matouyo pour fermer bouche li et ben pour tout faire ça qui fait. Un beau papa qui a protégé les enfants, et il pas abuser. Et un homme qui un homme pas faire break des enfants, ni pas ni visser les enfants. Les enfants changent pour aller. Et parler contre lui tel. Si un monde qui essayer abuser ou tel dem. Dio juste un monde quoi, et il fait quelque chose contre lui. Les enfants changer grand monde pas si poser mado pour chaîne pièce sigoué qui pas faire ou sentir confortable. C'est là pour croiser silence là. Child abuse a fait vice pis enfants, c'est yon sigoué ou pas si poser chaîne. Pour plus d'informations à sous affaires vice pis enfants, child abuse, contactez département social welfare à sous 33 Great Marlborough Street. The telephone is 266-2080 or 266-3020. Afternoon.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole, non moins c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, division coopérative qu'a observé semaine là, consigne coopérative. Monsieur René Toussaint, c'est officier division là.
Nous avons célébré la semaine coopérative qui commence 29 en mois juin pour les 4 en mois juillet. Film là, nous avons pour l'année, c'est Equality. Ça a parlé contre les affaires nommes ni hommes et femmes en activité coopérative. Si maintenant commencé avec ça nous qui est Media Day, nous tenions un jour là, ça c'est lundi, le 29, Media Day nous tenons les programmes dans les radios là qui a discuté et qui a parlé contre les affaires coopératives. Ça il fait bas Dominique, importance coopérative pour tout le monde Dominique. Hier avec Jordi nous on grand ça qui est workshop corporate development workshop là nous avons constitué en les coopératives pêcheurs avec nous avons gardé compte des affaires nous workshop ça là qui on lot femmes qui en ces coopératives ça so nous parler contre développement pour coopérative, ça on est pour faire pour développer coopérative, pour faire marcher bien, habiter comme ça.
En d'autres nouvelles, on séminaire régional à ce management pesticides qui a en place en Dominique semaine cela. Plusieurs pays Caraïbes qui attendaient formaliser un plan pour manager pesticides à une manière qui pas détruire bagaille nous qu'à consommer. Monsieur Ricky Brumant, c'est directeur agriculteur à Dominique.
Ça nous ni un grand meeting en région là. Nous ni tout le monde hors différents pays ici. Nous avons parlé comme ça fait pesticides, comment nous ça manager pesticides plus bien pour faire c'était nous en région là yo pas affecté tellement ces chemicals ça nous a servi à ces plantations en cas nous aussi nous avons fait c'était comme quoi semaine ça nous avons discuté avec tout le monde en CGPC ça sont un groupe monde qui travaille en chemical en région là pour faire c'était comme quoi nous en région là pas venir malade la vie nous terre nous pas venir en danger moun les services chemical ça tout mauvais.
En notre nouvelle ministre de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, qui a fait parole qui ministre qui conduit assessment toute l'école en Dominique et puis comment il a fait et puis curriculum éducation. Honorable Saint-Jean fait parole ça pendant il délivre résultat Guad 6 mardi. Ministre là aussi annoncé qu'il garde étudiants qui fait en l'école qui aussi tapé attention et des gouvernements qui continuent à trainer teachers, opportunité en State College Dominique, université et puis aussi programme TVET, programme Masters aussi mis en place pour teachers en affaires management qui prend en place en University of the West Indies. Honorable Saint-Jean aussi annoncé un programme trainement pour teachers Guad D, première 2 semaines en juillet, qui mettait attention à ces numeracy et puis literacy. Et puis finalement, National Export Strategy a mis attention à ces plaisirs aspects. Stratégie ça là tapé attention pendant semaine propriété intellectuelle qui prend place en Dominique semaine passée. M. Marc Marie facilité semaine là.
Depuis 2010, nous avons des consultants sortis à Nations Unies et puis consultants locaux qui fait un document qui a exploré qui ça Dominique peut exporter pour mener l'an à venir. Donc c'est une stratégie c'est ça qui nous produits agricoles mais nous aussi des produits agricoles neufs ça nous a fait mais d'autres produits agricoles nous a fait nous a essayer de mettre accent sur ça pour trouver des marchés et production de avant et puis marché pour ces produits là ça et puis nous avons aussi service pour consultants qui ont fait business, même avocat, Dominique P, travaille à Saint-Lucie, travaille à l'autre pays, parce qu'après ça, on doit vendre service ou n'importe où là où on la terre. Mais il faut nous organiser nous pour nous vendre ces services-là. Et puis, nous avons aussi industrie culturelle, il faut nous exporter ça. Quand nous avons World Creole Music Festival, ça c'est un bail nous avons exporté. Celle là c'est que mon la vient ici pour consommer produit là mais si on a mis de l'argent à l'extérieur qu'a payer nous pour ça.
Messieurs mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non moins c'est McPherson c'est Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day.
Did you know the Caribbean Court of Justice is 2 courts in one? The CCJ has 2 functions, an original jurisdiction, which deals with your right to move between CARICOM countries freely and your right to move your money and your business. This is the basis of the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, CSME, and the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, and an appellate jurisdiction to hear appeals from courts of those countries which decide to use it as their final court of appeal and no longer go to the Privy Council. All CARICOM member states who have signed the agreement establishing the CCJ are members of the CCJ.
You're watching GIS.
Lemon is a natural energizer. It hydrates the body so it feels revitalized and refreshed. Here are a few other health benefits. 1. Lemon gives your immune system a boost. 2. It's an excellent source of potassium.
3. Lemon aids digestion. And 4, it also cleanses your system. It helps flush out the toxins in your body by enhancing enzyme function and stimulating your liver.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Desk, I'm Kimani Saint-Jean.
And I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.